Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Empowered Family Summit. I'm your host, Dr. Ksenia Gershberg, and I am so excited to be with Jillian here today. Jillian, welcome, and tell us a little bit more about yourself.
Well, thank you for having me. I am the owner of Fit for Mom Phoenix Scottsdale, co-owner. I actually have a equal partner, Cecily. And I am also a certified personal trainer and stretch coach and certified in prenatal and postnatal fitness.
Wonderful. I'm so thankful to have you here. And we're going to talk about prenatal and postpartum fitness, which is a favorite topic. And I feel like a lot of moms need to be aware of how to exercise during pregnancy and postpartum. So, love for you to share.
Yes, there's a lot of questions out there for what can I do while I'm pregnant? Do things change? Are there safe exercises? Are there unsafe exercises? When I train prenatal moms, they are concerned about this, and they'll ask, like, what can I do? What can I not do? My doctor just told me whatever, do whatever I want to do, continue what I'm doing. And so now we know a lot. There's been a lot of research done on what pregnant moms can do compared to what 20, 30 years ago doctors would say. A lot of things, like you couldn't do rotational exercises while pregnant. You couldn't go running while pregnant. You had to do very minimal stuff. And now the basic thought is that you can continue what you were doing previous to pregnancy with a few exceptions, to make sure that it's safe for mama. You don't want to be doing sports where a ball is flying at mama, or you could possibly be tripping over something, or you don't want to be laying on your belly. Exercises like that you'll want to take away, but otherwise most exercises should be safe for mamas, as long as she's not getting out of breath while working out too. That's the other thing you want to look for.
I know, I love that because I've had moms exercise up to even Labor Day. So,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of exercises specific would you recommend for moms to like weight training or like what or cardio? Like, what's a good mix for moms to do during
You
pregnancy?
really, you really want a good mix of it all. I would say cardio. You want to have that endurance for labor. So it's good to continue your cardio. If you were running previous to pregnancy, you can typically run during pregnancy. If you did not run before pregnancy, don't take it up. No, it's not a time to start something new. So do whatever cardio you were doing prior to pregnancy. Walking is a really great cardio that mamas can do. I think it's underrated. Like, go out and take a 20, 30-minute brisk walk, fast pace. And strength training is always really good. Lots of, squats are excellent, but you want to work the full body just like you would normally, work all the muscles. And core training. This is something I feel pregnant mamas are afraid to do because they're like, well, my core is just growing out this way. I don't have any core muscles. Well, you do. You got the full supportive core muscles from the front all the way down to around you, supporting your spine. So it's really important to work the entire core muscles, not just be focusing on a few different core exercises. You don't have to do only bird dog your entire pregnancy. You want to get real rounded core exercises, because that will also help prevent extreme DRA if you work the entire core.
That's super interesting because I feel like you're debunking that myth of like you can't do anything core
Yeah.
related. So
Yeah,
I love
want to work the core. Absolutely. I mean, you want to do something, you don't want to, the things you want to look for is you don't want to see coning. So if you're doing a plank, you're in that prone position, you're planking, and you see your belly coning, you need to stop, drop to your knees. It's okay to be on your knees. You're still engaging the core, even on that quadruped position with your hands and knees on the ground.
Does Fit for Mom have pregnant moms in their programs? Like, do you have like a certain program for pregnancy?
Yes, we do. We have Fit for Baby, and it's specifically for our pregnant mamas. And we meet our franchise. We meet once a week, and it's an hour workout. And they say 45 minutes is the perfect amount of time for moms for working out during pregnancy. So we usually have like a nice light warm up, and then we finish like with a cool down where you connect with your baby and do some meditation. Yes, so it's tailored just for our pregnant moms.
I love that. I love that you have that program because moms are also building a village together during exercise. I feel like you're combining both like two big things that are so important and crucial during
Yes,
pregnancy.
that was something I wish I had when I was pregnant, was already finding mom friends. Because after I had my baby, I was like, oh, wait, I don't have any mom friends. So luckily I found Fit for Mom, but these moms are already, I love it. Like they're already friends. Like I'll show up to teach class and I'll be like, oh, where's so-and-so? And they'll know. They're like, oh yeah, she's doing this today, so she can't make it. I'm like, well, I love that. They're already building a community. And it's just so wonderful. You got the exercise, the community, you have it all.
That's amazing. So once they're done with the Fit for Baby, do they transition, like for postpartum? Can they transition into a different class?
Yes, they do. So typically when they have the baby, they'll take that 6 weeks off or however long it is until their doctor clears them. And once they're cleared for exercise, then they'll come back and join us for our stroller fitness classes.
Oh, I love that. So they have that built-in community, pregnancy and postpartum. And
Yes.
I did Fit for Mom when I was with my first and my second, and I loved having that community aspect. I mean, I'm still friends with and that was like 10 years ago. That one of my best friends, she's like on baby 4 now, but I met her during Fit for Mom, and I think it's so important to, you're doing the greatest things, you're building community, but exercising at the same time.
Yes, it is. I mean, yes, it's seriously, I say it saved my life because I felt so alone in motherhood. And it was great because I got to do everything at in that hour. I got my exercise, I got my mom friends, I got the advice from these moms who've been moms for a long time, helping me and making me feel like good about what I'm doing. So it was a very supportive community at the same time.
Going back to like the DR conversation, do
Mhm.
you check moms for DR, or do you give them certain like stretches or exercises postpartum to help like deal with it or like prevent it during pregnancy?
So if a mom has that separation in her abs, I refer her to go see someone, such as a PT, to kind of help her and guide her in giving her a specific plan. I mean, because there's several different types. What I can do is support that plan. So the mom can tell me like, hey, I have this, and I'll know that probably the PT will tell her things like, I want you to stay away from doing crunches. I want you to stay away from these exercises. So I'll make sure during the class, we'll give her the modifications that she needs during the core exercises.
Oh, I love that you modify. That's amazing. I think
Mhm.
that's super important.
Yeah.
What are the top 3 tips that you have for like postpartum moms and kind of getting back into that exercise routine and like
Yes.
prioritizing themselves?
Yes. Yes. Okay. My first tip is to rest. Like when you're newly postpartum and you have your baby, I know I know like I was this way. I was like itching to get out. Like I want to start getting back into my exercise routine. Like I'm ready. No, rest for those 6 weeks. Don't do a thing. Maybe go out for some walks only if you feel good. Walking is a wonderful exercise. I like it, it's just so good and so beneficial in so many ways. So it gives you that fresh air, gets you and the baby out of the house. So if you want to do something, go for walks. And then when you're cleared from your doctor, then ease into it. Don't go hardcore. Don't just show up and start being like, okay, I'm going to go for, run right now. Like, no, like you need to give time for your pelvic floor to heal, your body to heal. You just had a major life event that happened. You were growing a baby for like 10 months and, and then you gave birth to that baby and now your body needs to heal from that. So my biggest, my advice would be to don't do any exercises during those 6 weeks. And then when it comes slowly back to it, and then when you do come back, really listen to your body. If there's pain, stop.
I love that because I feel like a lot of us moms, we just push through and forget to rest. And I think
Mhm.
that's important advice for all moms to hear. Can
Mhm.
you tell us a little bit more about like your journey and how your journey was to Fit for Mom? Like, how did you get to being an owner of Fit for Mom?
Oh, yeah. Well, as I mentioned, I felt like, Fit for Mom saved my life. I was, with a baby, no mom friends. And I'm an athlete. Like I swam in college. And then later on, I did CrossFit. So I've always been really into sports and exercising. So I was looking for a group of like that I can work out with and maybe make some mom friends. And, Facebook must have known because I got an ad for Run Club, actually, for Fit for Moms Run Club. So I signed up. Yeah, they knew me. They're like, we know you like to exercise and you need some friends. So here you go. And I signed up for the Run Club, but then I realized they had all these other programs, like the stroller fitness classes and everything. And I was sold. Like from day one, I'm like, I love this. And like, I don't even know if like, it was very early on where I was like, I would love to own this franchise someday. Like very early on in my, like, I think even before I became an instructor, I was like, man, like seeing the previous owner, Amy, and I'm like, man, I wish I had her job. Like, I want to be doing this. Like, I love it that much. So I just bought last December. So I've been an instructor for 4 years. And last November, I had a baby. So I had a newborn baby. And this is where my advice to rest comes from because I don't think I rested enough. I was so eager to get into it, and the franchise was up for sale. And I was like, I just had a baby. Like, how am I going to run a business with a baby? But if I didn't buy it, it was going to close. And because no one else was buying it. And I felt like I can't let this business close. Like, this is what saved my life. And I feel like it's going to help another mom, or many moms. And I cannot let it go away. So with my, 1 or 2 week-old baby, I'm negotiating the sale of this franchise. And I bought when he was 6 weeks officially. Oh my goodness. But it's been a dream. I'm so happy. This is exactly what I wanted to do with my life. I didn't even know it until I got here. And I can't even tell you how happy I am to be helping all these moms out and help my community out.
You are a super mom, and we are so thankful that you kept the business running and creating community and a village for moms. It's so important. You're like changing the trajectory of motherhood, and it's so amazing what you do. And we are so lucky to have you in Scottsdale.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on here with us today. And I hope that moms in the Scottsdale community go check out Fit for Mom if you're a mama. It's just so amazing. And we are so lucky to have Fit for Mom here. And yes, go check Jillian out. It's the best. So
Thank you for having me today. Yes.
Thank you for being on.